Embrace change. A lot of us go through changes in our life. We're bound to. That's the way life is. We're ever evolving. All different things are happening in our life. And we need to embrace the changes we face, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. I've been through a lot of situations in this past year where so much has changed in my life, from where I live, from the relationships I have, from the friendships I have. And literally this YouTube channel as well, I've never done this before. And speaking on camera and all these things. And overall, we need to understand that we need to embrace change in ourselves. We need to embrace change, and we need to understand that there's a level of uncertainty in change. There's a level of uncertainty in change, but overall it's beautiful for things to change because it allows us to face new challenges, face new obstacles, and face new rewards in a sense. And I've had so many situations this past year of change in my life, and I've used them to my advantage in every sense. Essentially, I've used pretty much a lot of the negatives I've faced to my advantage, and there's been ups and downs during that, but I've allowed myself to be better and better and better and be a version of myself I'm actually proud of now after a long period of time of trying in myself. And that's what I want for you lot overall. And if you constantly face changes, face struggles, face differences, face things that you don't necessarily want to have happen in your life, it's going to make you grow, and it's going to make you be better over time, and it's going to allow you to understand that you can go through different struggles, go through different changes in your life, go through different things happening in your life, and come out in a good way, come out in a better way, come out in a more blissful way, a way you can get through things, a way you can actually get through struggles in a way that you're more grateful and happy for. And overall, I've been through so much change in all different areas. Even this year I've went through loads of changes, and I guarantee you lots went through a load of changes as well. And you kind of feel a level of beauty after a while when you've been through a lot of changes and you got through them. You feel like a level of beauty where you feel like you can get through a lot of struggles and a lot of pain and a lot of sadness during that. And the reality is, when we face changes, let's say you're facing changes now, like I'm facing different changes now, you have to embrace the changes you are facing. You have to literally embrace the struggles of the change, the uncertainty of the change, maybe the anxiety of the change. Let's say you change your career, change your job, whatever the thing is, you need to embrace the change that you're facing, and you need to use that to your advantage, and you need to use that to literally help you, and use that as almost an excitement, use that as something to strive for, use that as something that's nice to change things up in your life. Because when you stay in the same cycle of a normal life, everything the same, it kind of loses its buzz. It really does. Life kind of loses its buzz when you do the same thing. If you do the same thing every day, after a while it's going to lose its buzz. And that's why we need change, because it allows us to make us feel alive. It allows us to make us feel actually alive in a sense, and it allows us to question ourselves, question who we are, question the differences we are facing in ourselves, and it allows us to better us as a person in general. And that's why I love change, but that's also why I hate change a little bit as well. That's why I'm all about embracing it, because it's hard to embrace it. It really is. And there's a level of uncertainty and anxiety in change, of course. And overall, when we hold ourselves as being scared of it, it's not necessarily going to work for us. It's going to allow us to better ourselves, but it's not going to necessarily work for us. And it's one of them things that you have to accept. Things are going to change. 10 years from now, my life's going to be insanely different to how it was now. 10 years from that, it's going to be insanely different from what it was now. 10 years ago, I was 10 years old. So that's a bit different now, isn't it? You know what I mean? And that's the message overall in this video. If you're facing changes right now, do your best to embrace it. Journal about it. Get out like this and try to think about the changes you're facing and how you can use it in a positive sense, and how you can bear that situation in a positive sense, because that's going to have the true effect on you, and that's going to allow you to make yourself feel more grateful and happy in your life in general. And overall, this message in this video is, we're going to face changes in our life. We're going to face a lot of ups and downs, a lot of differences, a lot of things are going to change. Your relationships, your friendships, your life, maybe your living situation, maybe your financial situation, maybe your job situation. But if we embrace change, and if we have a positive mindset through change, even though it's going to be scary, even though we're going to feel a level and degree of anxiety and nervousness through it, if we embrace it in a positive way and understand that it's nice for things to change, we're going to have a lot more better mindset during that. And that's what it's important to view it as, because I used to be terrified. I used to be absolutely terrified of things changing, and I used to be so scared of myself because I was quite brittle in myself. I was quite to myself. I didn't want to speak to anyone. I didn't want to face any sense of adversity, but therefore I didn't actually grow in any sense. And I just stayed in the same position where I was sad in myself and I wasn't happy in who I was. And when I started embracing that changes are going to happen, you go up, different people, you talk to them, you go into a different job, you find new people, you go to new people, you do new things. There's going to be a level of uncertainty and there's going to be a level of discomfort during that. But ultimately, you're going to grow from that and you're going to have more experiences and you're going to be more grateful in yourself in the future for doing that. And overall, that's what I want you lot to get out. If you're still in your shell a little bit too much, if you're still stuck in yourself a bit too much, if you're still in the same cycle of sadness, of pain, and you keep doing the same habits, change it up, man. Change it up. Change up the things you are doing for yourself. Change up the habits you are doing on a daily basis. Change up all different things about your life and your situation, because that's going to have the true effect on you overall. If we don't change any scenario in our life, any situation in our life, how are we going to grow? How are we going to change, essentially? How are we going to feel a level of growth in ourselves? And that's what it comes down to sometimes with change, especially because when I face changes, even though I didn't want to necessarily face them, that's when I've grown the most. That's when I've got out of my shell. That's when I've experienced different sides of myself. And that's important for us overall. That's important for us to better ourselves and to better our situation in general and better us as a person. Because if we just stay in the same position time and time and time again, ultimately we're not going to grow an insane amount. We're not going to grow too much. And overall, that's going to ruin us in general, you know? That's going to genuinely ruin us in general. And I shouldn't have fucking done that, but that's going to ruin us in general. And overall, that's the message in this video. Overall, when we face change, we need to embrace it. We need to embrace different things, different interactions, different life changes, different scenarios, different jobs, different relationships, whatever it is. We need to embrace it to help us and to use it in our advantage and in our stride, instead of using it to take away from us, make us feel worse, make us feel like we're nothing, make us feel terrible overall about ourselves. And overall, if we constantly face changes, we're going to be out of our comfort zone a lot. And therefore, if we change our comfort zone a lot in our life and things change, things happen, different scenarios, different situations, we are going to allow ourselves to grow even more, furthermore, and into a better version of ourselves. And that's what it's about at the end of the day overall. Sorry for the random cut in the video. Basically, I was over there, and this was a few hours ago because I've been to the gym and all that now, and a dog ran by, and for some reason the footage cut out as well. It blacked out. I think it's still my iPhone storage, but well, we move, we carry on, and we embrace it. Like we said in this video, embrace change, embrace differences, and embrace everything for yourself, and almost have a positive outlook on change, because it allows you to question yourself, but it allows you to also better yourself, better your situation. I know people who've went through different changes in their lives that they were nervous about, that they're afraid about, but it's had an insane and positive effect on them. For example, even my house, even me changing house has an amazing effect, a different life essentially for me, that I've really enjoyed meeting different people, doing different things, and that's exceptional for me, making these outside videos. And I've got someone in my family who's moved country, and he's faced moving country, speaking to new people, getting new jobs, but he loves it there and his new home, and he's so more happy and embracing his life over there in a positive way, and it makes him feel better and freshens up his life. So it's important for us to embrace change. We're always going to be afraid to an extent, we're always going to feel nervous to an extent, but use that to our advantage, use that to make us feel like we're actually achieving something, doing something different. And it's important for us to embrace it for us, and it's important for us to better our scenarios and our situations during change and use it as a positive, because then we're going to truly grow from that, because we're going to be in a resistance, a different resistance, and we're going to feel a beautiful thing overall, and a beautiful change in our life that freshens it up, that makes us feel alive, that makes us feel better in ourselves when we grow and when we adapt through that. So I hope you all got a lot of value in this video. Like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for all the love recently. Thank you.